Well, I'm doing the show alone today. I mean, I brought my friend Bones here, and he's really excited to be here with us. But I think if we, what is it? How do you get another guest to come on? Do you just wish them on, or do they start singing and dancing? I don't know. I should say co-host, right? But we're back for another. Oh. Well, hi, my friends, this is the man that does not drink alcohol. I know you would never know it. How are you doing, Robbie?
Why do you have to do that? What's wrong? What's wrong with not drinking alcohol?
Oh, no, quite the contrary. Quite the contrary. You are a guy that actually has so much fun in this world that that I think you're like buzzing like this.
Yeah.
And there's the nunchucks.
Yeah.
Did the nunchucks hurt your neck? I guess that's the question that is all on my mind. How did you hurt?
I had a small incident.
How small was it?
Went crazy. This, like that.
Well, listen, everybody. We are here live, back again with Nunchuck Rafi.
Yeah. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm starting to sweat with this thing on my neck. Do you mind if I take the prop off?
I'd rather you leave it on, not just for the show,
all right,
but until you decide not to hurt yourself. I think your wife would like that too.
Oh, she doesn't care. It's fine. Everything will be fine. How was your week?
The week was great. It was short with the 4-day week here in the U.S. with Memorial Day on Monday. Although every week kind of feels short, doesn't it? Or maybe it feels long. I don't know.
Well, it's just one continuous week now.
It is. It is.
No, I don't. I'm not really into it, you know. And quite frankly, I have to take this thing off because it hurts.
Isn't that ironic that the neck brace hurts you more?
Well, that thing's probably about 7 sizes too small. It squeezed me like a melon. Oh man. All right.
Why do you have one of those?
What?
Why do you have one of those around? Did you hurt your neck?
I don't know. Are you kidding me? You just go through your house and tell me what kind of stuff you'd probably find, and people would randomly go, "Why do you have that?"
Oh, that's so true. I just did that in my garage earlier, and I'm like, "What is this stuff?"
See, that's what it's all about. You get what I mean?
I do. I do.
Yeah.
I just ordered a new blower, a wind blower, a leaf blower.
Okay, that doesn't sound very fun.
That's my excitement for today.
Wow, really? Did you ordered it? You didn't even go to like the Home Depot or outdoor hardware supply place or anything, or Ace or anything? You ordered it?
It's how I social distance. Amazon delivery.
I would go there and I'd test it out.
Is that bad?
Test that thing.
But
I would test. I'd want to see how well that thing blows.
We're talking about leaf blowers.
That's what I said. Where's Gary? By the way? Hey, where's Gary?
He'll be here. I believe he has to like interview, like I don't know, Keith Urban or something.
What? Oh, great. Well, you know, that's funny. You said Keith Urban. You know, our musical guest today.
Yes.
Has the well, I don't know if she really has the hots for him, but I think she really is a fan of Keith Urban, and she lives all the way down in Australia.
Oh, so true. Isn't that ironic? Total coincidence.
Yeah, can you imagine? You know, we should ask her. Where isn't Keith Urban? He's an Australian dude, isn't he?
Let's bring her on.
Hi.
Hey, Kiera.
Hi.
Hello, Kiera.
Hello. How are you?
I think I'm doing fine. Brian's doing really well over there. I think he's got his beverage of choice in hand. What do you have there, Brian?
Cheers. This week we're doing my wife made me a martini and it's got blue cheese olives. Oh,
Lovely,
Nice.
lovely.
And then Kiera, it's we should say hi to your husband Dan there right behind you. Hi Dan.
Yes. Hi, Dan.
Can he hear us?
He can't hear at the moment. He doesn't have anything in, but he's there.
Okay.
And we are drinking tea. Well, I'm drinking
Yeah.
tea. Dan's got a Coca-Cola, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning, or it's 9:36 here. So not quite beer o'clock for us just yet, but we'll probably get there later.
Okay. So wait, you're a Keith Urban fan, right?
I am a Keith Urban fan. Yes, I love his stuff.
Yeah.
Love his music.
Do you love his music, or you think he's kind of cute?
Oh, a bit of both. I mean, I'm only human, right?
who, Kiera? I'm curious. Who inspires you? Who's your musical inspiration?
I have a lot of musical inspiration. A lot of them have been around me through my childhood. My mum also is a singer, and she's raised me on country music. So that's kind of where I started out, and that was my original inspiration. And then as I grew older, it was a lot of Dolly Parton and a lot of older type country music, and then moved through to Rascal Flatts, Keith Urban when I got to a teenager. Mum used to play a bit of George Jones around the house, and Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn. And now it's kind of, I love the American country, the nowadays American country. So we love the Zac Brown band, don't we? We play that every day, every week. And then probably just, Dan and Shay and Keith Urban and big Rascal Flatts fans. Basically.
Question, hey, Kiera. Kiera, got a question for you. You've mentioned Dolly Parton. If I were to pop quiz you right now, could you play 9 to 5 on guitar?
I could play Jolene on guitar.
Really?
You can?
Yeah.
Can you play like 15 seconds of it?
Yeah.
Did I just put you on the spot?
You guys didn't tell me about this.
No, I didn't. I just make stuff up as I go. See?
Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. No, please don't take him just because you can.
Yes. Yes, Kiera.
Wow.
Look at that.
Just like that, off the cuff.
I think that was 15 seconds, maybe.
You could have gone 15 more. We'd be like, okay, that's good.
Well, that.
I would say a thank you though. We've got Leanne Isaacson, and she put us all together here. So I want to give her a shout out
Hi, Leanne.
for bringing us together. Thanks, Leanne, for introducing us to Kiera and Dan, and we are here just to make a quick intro. I want to make sure that you get the introduction that you deserve. So Kiera,
hey, what's wrong? We're friends with Kiera and Dan. Why are we being so formal?
I know, right? But I want to make sure everybody else understands.
Go ahead. I'll step aside.
All right, so here we go. Kiera is an Australian singer, songwriter, guitarist who's fulfilling her dreams as traveling musician, making music and telling her stories through her songs, both in Australia and internationally. You were born into a musical family, it looks like. Your grandmother was a country musician?
My mum is a country singer.
Oh, your mother. I'm sorry about that.
She has recorded her own songs, and my nan loved country music, so she always used to play it around. So I think we've just kind of all been brought up with it. So yeah.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And then what about Dan? Is Dan? Did he come from the world of country? Is he a country music fan as well?
Well, it's really funny you say that. We're talking about you and country music.
No, yeah.
So when we first met, he thought that he didn't like country music, but I introduced him to it, and now he loves it, I think, sometimes a little bit more than I do. But Dan is also born into a musical family. His parents are very beautiful dancers, and Dan's been playing drums for how long?
Since I was 6, so
Yeah.
since 1996.
Since 1996. So, yeah, so we've got a lot of musical bones in us. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And Kiera, it looks like are you still running a musical academy? Is that still something that you're doing?
Yeah, so I actually run KN Music. So KN Music is a lot of things. And yes, it is a music school. So I've got a lot of students that come and learn vocals and guitar and also songwriting sessions as well. But as well as that, I'm also personalized lullabies is something that I specialize in as well. So I write and record special lullabies for babies or mums to be, or I've done a few Mother's Day songs and special songs, and also love songs. Any song, really, I just write and record it, and it's tailored to them.
You're telling me I can hire you to write a love song for my wife?
That's correct, yes.
We need to talk. We need to talk.
Brian.
Although she's watching right now, so it's no longer a surprise, but we need to talk.
You're right. Wow.
Yeah.
That song might come in handy if you can. Let's see if you can do one version that says Courtney and one that says Karen. So if either of us are in trouble, we just insert name, and I think we'd be fine. So can you do that?
Yes, I could.
Right,
I could do that, but I could also write one specific too. So, yeah.
I'm thinking I'm going to use it for a rainy day.
That's what I'm talking
keep it
about.
in your back pocket.
Yeah, like, oh crap, it's time for the song.
I love it.
But that's a card. I mean, you might not get another song again, so
That's true. That's true. We better have you make like 5 songs.
One for each occasion.
That's right.
One for every damn in trouble. What are you talking about?
So you know what? I think I'd love for everybody. And by the way, Gary will be on here in just a minute. He's just wrapping up over on the other one on another interview. He has to do on his full-time day job at KRTY, but he'll be here in a second. And Kiera, I would love to have you play us a song and introduce us to your voice. You already did a little bit, but maybe we could just break into the first song. I had it up here and now it's no longer here. It's
That's all right. I think we were going to play Hit the Road Jack first.
That's right.
Yep. All right, cool.
Go for it.
You ready? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. What you say? Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, don't you come back no more. Oh, I'm a pretty woman, don't you treat me so mean. You're the prettiest thing that I ever did see. Well, I guess that if you say so, I'm gonna pack my things and go. Yeah, good man, I guess that if you say so, I'm gonna pack my things and go. That's right, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. What's that? What you say? Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. I said, pretty woman, don't you treat me this way. I'll be back on my feet someday. Well, I guess that if you say so, I'm gonna pack my things and go. Yeah, good man, I guess that if you say so, I'm gonna pack my things and go. That's right, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. What you say, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
Wow. Wow. That was really
Love
good.
it.
Thank you very much.
That is awesome. Yes. That is really awesome. So, hey, can we send out a few hellos to some friends who are watching and listening right now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So, you know what? It's pretty cool. Leanne says hello. Leanne Isaacson. I believe she's down your way, right? And,
Hi, Leanne.
Right? So thank you, Leanne. Thanks for joining. Oh, my gosh. Look what just stumbled out of the sky.
Superman.
Da, da, da.
All right. Hey, Kiera.
Yep.
That
Kiera.
guy right there, he's
Yes.
he's the troublemaker of the show. So anything that he says, just kind of half ignore.
Hey, Kara, here's a fun fact. I grew up about a mile from you. We're neighbors.
Really?
Yeah, can't you tell my accent?
Is it
You could just write.
Al-
You could just write "gullible" on my forehead.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
am damn sure gonna go throw a shrimp on the barbecue. Hold it, that's not right. That's not right. Well, thank you. It's so good to see you. Thanks, guys. I'm sorry I was late. I had to work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, what celebrity were you talking to today?
He was a brand new songwriter. He's actually written a number of hit songs for Zach Brown, and Rascal Flatts. His name is Nico Moon, and he wrote "Homegrown." He wrote "Keep Me in Mind." He wrote "Back to Life" for Rascal Flatts, and he's got a song out called "Good Time" right now. So
Wow.
That's awesome. Now, Kiera, you were just saying you liked Zach Brown, and you were talking about Rascal Flatts, weren't you? Just a little bit ago.
What a coincidence. Yeah. Wow.
well,
Yeah, right before she played her first song, Gary, we were talking to her about what she liked and all that stuff, and everything you just mentioned, she just said. That is really, really that's so strange.
that's who I
Wow.
was hanging out with, and so yeah, it's so fun to watch the journey, and especially because it's all universal. I mean, I've spent a lot of time with Keith Urban, and it's the same thing. He's like, it started. It's just that passion. I'm sorry for coming in late, but when did you started this at the age of 3?
Yeah, so basically my mum was a country singer, or she still is, and she was a recording artist as well. And basically I kind of learnt to talk through singing. So she would sing me Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and songs like He's Got the Whole World in His Hands and How Much Is That Doggy in the Window. And I used to sort of sing, and that's kind of how I got most of my vocabulary, I think. And
Wow.
so when she would be on stage, and I was first born and my brother was born 6 years later after me, but we would go to country festivals and country music shows. And so Dad would be with me and I'd be like, oh, Mum, it's my turn. And I'd sort of stand by her on stage and sort of tug at her and say, Mum, come on. And so she would let me on, and I'd have my sing song, and then Dad would go, radio, sweetie, it's time for bed. And I'd go to sleep under the table in the country with all the country music playing. And it was just the best. It was amazing. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I got this need to is it possible that you can sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but in the way that you remember it?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, out of all the things she thought she was going to sing tonight, that ain't one of them.
I am
Well, Garrett,
Definitely not one
so.
of them.
This
No.
is going to be interesting.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
See, she can sing the phone book.
yeah.
She
Although
can
I
sing the
didn't,
phone book.
I used to sound like this. It was kind of like, inkle, inkle, little star. It's kind of it.
But you know, one of the most entertaining things is to see a 5-year-old sing Whiskey Lullaby. That right
Oh,
there
wow.
is
That's
all
a
you
beautiful
need.
song.
It
Yeah,
is,
that's a beautiful
But
song.
listen, anytime 2 people drink themselves to death, you want to see a 5-year-old sing that.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I don't think
That
about it like that.
That is something else. Oh God. Oh my God. Hey, quick shout outs to some friends listening and viewing. Our friend Gail Chapman is on board with us just down the street here. And what's up, Gail? And then who else do we? Yeah, we have all kinds of Barney's here. Is it Barney Milser?
Millicent, one of my old fraternity brothers. Raise hell, sigma bi, tell us I never die. You go, Barney.
Hi, Barney.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Now, hold on here. One of my friends, Vince Ramirez, says my cousin plays with Nico and Zach in a band in Sir Roosevelt.
Sir Roosevelt, there's a band. They have a band, and they actually used one of their songs in the FIFA World Cup back in 2018. And the NFL used it, and the NBA used it. Whenever you hear the song "The Bravest," that's them.
No kidding.
How about that?
Okay.
Wow.
Look at that. All right. Hey, so Kiera, do you want to do like a real song instead of the goofy stuff we're throwing at you at this point?
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Okay. Earlier, Gary, she played Jolene earlier too as a kind of a pop quiz. So it's we've been all over the place with her. She's probably thinking, "What am I doing here?" But yeah, it'll get better.
And it's only 9:53 a.m. my time. So
you got plenty of day ahead of you.
Such a weird start for your day today. This is wow.
It's great. It's great. All right, we might play a song.
Dan's sitting behind you, going, "Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?"
Yeah, Dan, are you sitting behind me going, "Why are we doing this?"
No, I'm still waking up.
He's waking up.
Yeah, these are
all right.
musicians.
Let's go ahead and hit it then. Take it away, Kiera.
Woo.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You with the sadness. Don't be discouraged, though I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and darkness inside you can make you feel so small. And I see your true colors shining through, and I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Show me a smile, and don't be unhappy. I can't remember when I saw you laughing. If it's what makes you crazy and you taking all you can bear, you call me up, 'cause you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. And I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show who your true colors. The true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. Your true colors are beautiful, like a rainbow, like a rainbow, like a rainbow.
Woo! It's
Thank you.
a few
Thank
times
you.
or
Thank you
something,
very
huh?
much. Pardon?
So you sounded phenomenal. Years and years ago, here I'm going to be Gary for a minute. Years and years ago, I interviewed Cyndi Lauper. I have to do my Gary. So many years ago, I had the chance to interview. What? What's wrong, Gary?
That's what I do. I completely know that. I drop names. I drop names like people in Nutrisystem drop pounds. I do.
That's right.
I mean, I drop names like crazy, and I'm completely aware that I take no offense whatsoever. And by the way, did you ever talk to Cyndi Lauper?
So yeah, I had a chance to interview her. She was incredibly nice. And hi, Rafi, how are ya? Nice to meet you. Cyndi Lauper is my name. That's how she'd talk. And man, she was doing sound check. This was before the show. She's yelling at the band, screaming at the band, dropping every F-bomb you could think of, and S-word and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, whoa, dude. Now, Kiera, you don't have a potty mouth like that, do you?
Sometimes, if I'm honest. But only when necessary. I generally don't like to curse, but yeah, sometimes you just do.
It just slides.
You just do.
Yes.
Now, with your mom being a singer, and was this just something that was? I mean, you started at 3 years old, and a lot of kids go through the rebellious stage. Did you ever go through the rebellious stage where going, you know what? I'm not going to be a singer. I don't want to do that.
I don't think I ever did in that regard. I think I got a little bit lost in my teenage years to what style of music I wanted to go down and who I wanted to be as an artist. And I think that's because I was always a traditional country singer. And as I transitioned through, high school years and things like that, I wasn't listening to mainstream music. I wasn't singing mainstream music. And I kind of changed it up, but I never stopped singing. I always just experimented with different instruments. I learnt piano for a bit. I'm classically trained, so Mum took me to singing lessons. I had a classical singing teacher and did my exams, and did piano for a little bit, and did some ballet for a while too. And then I wanted to play basketball, but I really am not a sport person at all. So that did not work very well. So then I kind of went back to the music, and so it never came, it never stopped. I just sort of got a little bit lost somewhere along the way, and then found myself. And now I love playing country, but I also love playing cover songs in pubs and venues around here. So and I love writing my own songs and singing my own songs. So I think that with the music that I play now, I've always got a little bit of country sound to everything that I sing, and that's never going to come out of me. I don't think. I think I'm stuck with that. So yeah, that's me.
As somebody who makes his living in country music, I'm very glad to hear that.
Thanks.
And then one day I'm going to be able to drop her name. I'm going to go, and then Kiera and I were talking.
Kiera, I made her sing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star."
Yeah, it was great. And then her husband Dan was like, "We're getting up Saturday morning to do what? Is that right?"
That's right. Hey, you know what? Brian looks a little. Hey, Gary, is it me or is it Gary? Does Brian look a little sad over there right now? Does he?
No.
Look at him.
No, I'm not sure where you're going with it.
There we go. Oh, yes.
See, I had to work, so I couldn't have a drink. I didn't have one ready to go, so you'll have to have one for me.
On the next break, we'll take you out. You're gonna go get a drink.
You know what? I'll run downstairs and see what kind of concoction I can put together real quick. Well, we'll do that because listen, her singing is all good with that. Do one of those nice big long songs. Country music's filled with them. 2-3 minute songs.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, by the way, today's show brought to you by Cocoa Puffs. Fantastic show. Do you guys have Cocoa Puffs in Australia?
We have Cocoa Pops. Is that the chocolate cereal?
Yeah, yours are called Cocoa Pops?
Cocoa Pops. Yeah.
Oh, that's the Australian version.
But now
this is the American version. Huh?
We have something similar called Milo Flakes. So do you know Milo is an Australian thing, isn't it? Yeah. So Milo is the chocolate powder that you put in milk, but they've made a cereal out of it too, and also a little snack bar too. So Milo.
Oh, see, look at the Australians. They're on it. I love this more than anything. I'm coming down.
You should. You're not allowed to right now, but
yeah, that's all it took. Rappy was just looking for cereal. He's lived this long without going to Australia, but now he's found out about your cereal choices. He's on his way.
That's right. And I have 2 friends. I have Kiera and Dan, who are my 2 new friends, and their dog. I'm set.
Yes.
Well, I am up because now you say you've got original songs and you do cover songs. And what's going to be your next choice?
I think we might do an original song.
Very cool.
So this is one of the latest ones that I have recorded. And we actually were very fortunate to be able to raise money for the Zara Foundation in Adelaide, which is raising awareness for domestic violence. And so we were able to raise some money for that. That was back in February 2019. So this is the song that I wrote to raise awareness for domestic violence, and it's called Speak Up. So I think I might play that one. Yep, I think my voice is warmed up enough to do that.
Okay.
I've been broken and shattered, feeling lonely for a little while. I was pushed to my limits, feeling like nobody was on my side. Something changed in me. I made the choice to be free. Speak up, reach out. You'll never be happy if you don't get loud. Look up to the sky. You gotta grow the wings so that you can fly after all you have been through. Believe in your heart that you can be anything. can be anything. Just when I thought I could never be the same again, I found that strength I've had inside me from within. It's not me who is the fool. Yeah, I know just what to do. Speak up, reach out. You'll never be happy if you don't get loud. Look up to the sky. You gotta grow that wings so that you can fly after all you have been through. Believe in your heart that you can be anything. Hey, yeah, you can be anything. I can do it. See how high I soar. Speak up, reach out. You'll never be happy if you don't get loud. Look up to the sky. You gotta grow the wings so that you can fly after all you have been through. Believe in your heart that you can be anything. Hey, yeah, you can be anything. You put your mind to.
Woo! I like that.
I like
Thank
that a
you.
lot.
Thank you very much.
All right, here's to you, Kiera and Dan.
Thank you.
That's the way we play right here. There we go.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
a beer yet?
Now we have the
Dan
social.
Collins. One
That
more.
makes
Wow.
that makes me want a martini. Cheers.
There, that's a social.
Dan's saying that watching you guys drink is making him want a beer in another hour or so. So there you go.
Hey,
Why wait an hour?
I was fixing to say, Dan, it's Australia. Australia doesn't raise quitters. Just go.
Gary says Australia does not raise quitters. Just go. Have the beer.
I don't need it.
Dan,
Does
it's
not need
Saturday.
encouraging.
It's Saturday, Dan. What do you have surgery scheduled? It's Saturday. Go ahead.
They want to know if you have surgery today. He's got the beer. He's going to get the beer.
Is it
There we go.
Foster's? I don't know.
Sorry?
It's
We're driving him to drink.
That's it. So
You tempted
Kiera,
him.
You know what?
Kira, how did
Hey,
you
Kira.
how did you and Dan meet? How did you guys meet?
Oh, this is such a beautiful story. Okay, I love telling it. So I actually met Dan through his mum and dad. So his mum and dad love live music. I hope they're watching now. They may be. They may not be. But I was playing a gig one night and they were sitting in the front watching me. And then they came a few weeks after that and I went up to them and I said, hey, thanks for listening. And would you like to grab dinner? And so I became really close with both of them. And then they brought Dan to a gig one time and I got introduced to him. And then we sort of grew fonder to one another. And then there was a lot of in-betweens. I was occupied by another partner at that time, and Dan was also as well. So it couldn't happen then, but we were always, the best of friends. And then it became a time when we could be together, and we got together, and then we got married, and here we are. And we've got a German Shepherd 1-year-old, which I always have to drop that into because we love her.
Wait, can I just say, did you guys happen to catch that they were occupied?
I know. I was going to
Yeah.
bring that up.
That's exactly what I caught too.
I was going to bring that up. We were occupied at the
Yes,
other
we were
time.
occupied.
Yeah, it's like No, there were instead of saying there were other people we were seeing with not a lot of clothes on, we're now occupied.
Oh,
Is what we're doing. So,
I used to walk in the bar and I would just say to someone, "Do you want to get occupied together?"
what's great? I love it. I love that Kieran's having to translate for Dan. Kieran's having to turn around and go, "Okay, this is what they
I've lost it.
I'm sorry, the hotel is not taking any more people because we're occupied right now.
No, in the hotel they would
boy.
use exactly different language, right? They would say, "Now we have guests mating with their beds." This is what they're doing. So
What?
Well,
Did
'cause
you
she
say
would say
mating?
mating with their beds? Since she used occupied to date,
Right.
the hotels would use completely different vernacular and go, "All right, this is what we're doing." And Kiera, tell Dan, cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers,
Peace,
mate.
guys.
I'm the only one drinking water in this building. Thank you.
Well, because that's it. Now you said you've traveled over here and you played shows I saw in Southern California. We haven't had you up here in Northern California yet.
No, I've played. The last one we did was in San Diego. So we did a few shows in San Diego, which was amazing. We played at I played at the Tootsie Crow, and we did the other Irish one. Oh, there's an Irish one there, an Irish pub there that we played at as well. Can't remember the name of it now.
Not
Nobody
the Belly Up
remembers
Tavern.
the
Not the Belly Up Tavern, was it?
The what? Sorry.
The Belly Up Tavern in San Diego.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that.
Listen, if you can remember the name of the Irish pub, then they're not doing their job.
The Field. The Field.
The Field. Oh, see, they did do a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, well, when you come back to the States, and you'll get there, we'd love to have you. We'll put you out at some one of our places and have you stay.
Thanks.
It'd be great to have you here. So
thank you so much.
No,
hey, can we send out a couple shout outs? We've got a friend listening. My sister-in-law actually lives in New Zealand. She's actually listening right now, Sue Heimgartner. I don't remember where she is in New Zealand, but anyway, so she's checking in, and then Leanne, thank you, Leanne, and Courtney, and who else? There's all kinds of Melanie Rayleigh's listening. Melanie from Boston Private Bank. She's a great person. Nice plug for her. Brian, anyone you want to plug here at this point?
I'll plug you, Rafi. I think you're. I mean, I haven't seen you take the nunchucks off yet, and I think that's maybe why you have neck problems. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but
we'll talk about that another time. But that's okay. You know, guys, it's interesting. We recently, about 3 months ago now, my family said, "Hey, can we do family game night?" And we did this family game night. Turns out the game, less than a month later, was this game. Can you see it?
Pandemic.
That was the game we were playing 3 months ago. Ouch. And here we are, almost 3 months in, not knowing that we were going to have a pandemic. But they make a game called Pandemic. I'm thinking to myself,
tone deaf.
I don't like this.
We've been doing a lot of game nights. We play Monopoly, which I honestly wish is something we would lose during the pandemic. Because
right here,
you got Monopoly. Monopoly is the longest game in the world. That's what I hate about it. It's just like now.
So, Gary, so is life.
Yeah, but you get to spin the little thing.
No, I mean real life.
Oh no, I'm playing the little game. You don't have the two young sons like I do. But you have Monopoly in Australia, don't you, Kiera? Or
we do have Monopoly. We do play Monopoly. We enjoy a bit of Jenga every now and then. We enjoy some Jenga.
Have you ever played Jenga after 6 beers?
Yes, we have played Jenga after 6 beers. Yes, we have done that. Dan thinks
6
he
is a
wins.
warm-up for the Aussies. Please, Gary, 6 beers. That's like a cup of water for most Americans. Come on.
No stereotyping here. No whatsoever.
What? Hey, my sister-in-law's on the Taranga North Island? Does that sound familiar to you, Kiera?
Not really familiar with that, no. But
Okay.
yeah.
Just thought I'd check.
You guys, I'm loving your voices, but I love hers more. And I'd love to hear Walking in Memphis. Can we bring her on with a song?
Little Mark Cohn. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the train. Touchdown in the lane or the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Haney, oh, won't you look down on me? Because I got a first class ticket and I'm blue as a boy can be. When I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my head 3 feet off the beat. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Saw the ghost of Elvis down on Union Avenue. Well, they followed him up to the gates of Graceland and they watched him walk right through. And now security, they did not see him. They just hovered around his tomb. There's a pretty little thing written on the king down at the jungle room. And I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my head 10 feet off the beat. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? They got catfish on the table. They got gospel in the air. And Reverend Green would be glad to see you if you haven't got a prayer. You got a prayer in Memphis. Now Muriel plays the piano every Friday at the Hollywood. And they brought her down to see me. They asked me if I would do a little number. I sang before my night. They say, tell me, are you a Christian child? And I said, ma'am, I am tonight. Walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the beat. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the beat. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I port at the plane. Touchdown in the lane of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the lane of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Absolutely.
Reverend Greenby, glad to see you. I love that as we're enjoying the day, as we enjoying this week. I don't know what the weather's like because you guys are heading into winter, aren't you, Kiera? I mean, you're going into the winter, and we have we're heading into summer, and I'm like thinking, what are the plans for summer? Is anybody going on vacation? Did you know that almost 60% of people, almost 70% of people, actually, it's about 68% of the United States saying they will be doing no summer vacation this year.
Wow.
What?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
That stinks.
But it does. And I don't know if their vacation's ever been more important in the history of our country than this year.
Yeah.
But I was asking, what are you going to do? Rafi, are you guys going to do any vacation?
I've booked a trip to the Maldives. I'm joking. I couldn't afford airfare to the Maldives, but anyway, that's a whole other story. But hey, Kiera, I have a question for you. I sorry, Gary. I had a thought in my mind. Do you mind if I ask Kiera really quick?
No.
Is my ADD really bad today?
Squirrel.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that to me?
Kiera. So Kiera, I got a question for you.
Mm.
So do you have a guitar at your side in bed? Like when you wake up in the morning, do you ever just grab your guitar and play for fun?
My guitar is in the office, which is in the room next door. It's on a stand that sometimes is on a pedestal in there, and I just love it.
So you don't have it next to you, like where you go, I have an idea for a song and start playing and torture Dan or anything like that?
I don't do that, but what I do is always singing around the home. And when I have an idea for a song, I usually sing it into my phone.
Yep.
And then I'll run the song from there. And it's usually at the most inconvenient times, like when I'm in the shower or when I'm driving or when I'm doing something else, when I'm occupied with something else.
Yes. Okay, Gary, I'm done with my question. Thank you.
That's absolutely right. The voice recorder has changed a lot of stuff, hasn't it? I mean, because you literally, I talk to so many songwriters who sit back and say that now you just grab the phone and you hear a line or you think of a line or somebody says something and it goes from there. We're talking about the songwriter a while ago, that song, Keep Me in Mind. He goes, it literally happened in a bar in Dallas where his friend went up and talked to a girl. And because she was real pretty, and she goes, well, I have a boyfriend. He goes, totally cool. That's awesome. But if anything ever happens, keep me in mind. And they said, we're going to write that song. Well, long story short, it ends up that girl and that guy, that songwriter, are now married with a child.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
So wait a minute. He was occupied at one point, and then he was no longer occupied. Then he was reoccupied.
She was occupied. He was not occupied. But now they are occupied together. They're
occupado.
Occupado. See, me and Papa.
So when you get married, do you call yourselves a married couple, or do you both say you're occupied?
We are married.
Okay.
You could go with permanently engaged.
Yes.
See, I don't want to get like all serious, but I don't know about. I mean, marriage is really cool, but when I call my wife my girlfriend, it's so much cooler. Like it feels really like, now let's go to bed.
What?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's my
Wow.
girlfriend.
Really?
We just
Yeah.
got serious. We just went there.
Wow. See,
Yeah.
What is that?
I call my wife "she who must be obeyed." That's
She
what I
who
call.
must what?
She who must be obeyed.
I like how
She who must
Rafi's
be
like, oh,
obeyed.
you must be drinking. But you know, because like there's this whole thing around life partnership where
Is
you
that what
get
it's called?
so you're so much more like it's not the certificate, it's not the ceremony of, it's the partnership of. It's like you're like when I call her my girlfriend, it's so much more than. And then you go and you get married and you're like, well, that's, you know, in the ceremony and all this stuff, and that's great. I loved it. You do, Rafi, you do weddings all the time as a DJ.
Every week? Well, I used to do them every weekend until they stopped because of some virus thing.
Well, Kiera can actually refer to Dan now as, listen, this is my betrothed percussion section.
Betrothed.
Say that again.
Betrothed percussion section.
I can now call you my betrothed percussion session.
Betrothed.
That's a big word.
Listen,
Is she
I'm
gonna
playing
be
to Dan right now. You guys have realized that. I'm playing to Dan. Dan's my audience.
Okay, is that what it is? Because Brian's getting spiritual on us, and I have no idea what's going on. And
Let's
Dan's
get-
yelling at his dog.
Let's get one more song in before the dog goes crazy and we have to end the show.
She says she does requests. You guys have requests?
Oh gosh. Would you happen to know Wrong Side of Memphis from Trisha Yearwood? Would you happen to know that?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I just thought I'd take it a guess. I thought I'd give it a shot out there. What's your favorite song you like to sing? What is the favorite song that you look forward to, that whenever you do a set list, it's always going to be on there?
Oh, it has to be Fast Cars by Tracy Chapman. I have to do it every gig. I love it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey?
It's either at the start or the end.
It's either at the start or the end. Yeah, I always do it. It's great.
Let's do it.
All right. I wanted to get to anywhere. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we could get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got the two. Maybe we'll make something. Me and myself, I got nothing to prove. Yeah, well, you get a fast car. I got a job that pays all our bills. Just stay out drinking late at this bar. See more of your friends than you do your kids. I always hope for better. Thought maybe together you and me find it. If we got no plans, we ain't going nowhere. We take a fast car and we keep on driving. You see, when my old man has got a problem. He live with a bottle, that's the way it is. He said but he's too old for working. He but he's too young to look like his. Mama went off and left him. She wanted muscle mate that he could give. I said somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school, it's what I did, it's what I did. I remember we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. Yeah, well, get a fast car. And I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working out a convenient convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money, won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. Yeah, well, you get a fast car. We go cruising, entertain ourselves, and still ain't got a job. And I work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You find work, I'll get promoted and move out of the shelter. And we'll buy a bigger house, live in the suburbs. I remember we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm found a nice wrap around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. Yeah, well, you get a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Can we leave tonight or live and die this way? I remember we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder, and I had a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. Ooh, yeah, yeah. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Can we leave tonight or live and die this way? Can we leave tonight or live and die this way?
Master Control, are we working now?
Gary's, you got to unmute yourself. That was amazing, Kiera. That was
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
Let's see if Gary knows how to unmute himself.
Well,
there we go.
Well,
You
what
got
I
it,
was saying is I love your phrasing. I love your phrasing, the way you phrase, and I also love your control of your trills. That
Thank
you
you.
throw the trills out there. You don't go overboard with them, and it seems like you're able to use them in just the proper context. And that's not an easy thing to do, because people who can sing tend to fall in love with their voice, and you end up hiding it. And you do such a great job with that.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Gary, I didn't know you knew all that kind of stuff. I just learned something about you today. That's amazing. Amazing.
Old French horn player here, baby. Old French horn player.
Oh, I should have guessed.
So that's it. I'm going to steal Dan as my percussionist, and we're going on the road.
Oh, you're going to go on the road as a percussionist with Gary, and he's going to play
horn.
what? The
French
French
horn.
horn.
Oh, quick.
Yeah.
Saxophone player over here. I want to be the saxophone player.
We got saxophone. We got saxophone, French horn, nunchucks, and drums.
There we go.
Kiera, Dan, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time out of your Saturday morning and being with us, because musicians don't wake up early. We know that. Thank you for waking up.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate being on the show.
Well,
hopefully it wasn't too much torture for you. Sorry, Kiera, for all the mayhem.
No, you guys were so much fun.
Well, we hope we didn't torture you with the pop quiz of Jolene and Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
No, loved it. Thanks so much once again for having me. And having us. And
Thank
Dan.
you, Dan. Cheers, my friend.